Don't ignore males. Chase boys start, but legends leave as soon as you stop running. Have you ever noticed how a woman's behavior completely changes when a man stops caring? One minute she's haughty, entitled, and treating you like an option. The next, she's stalking your social media, sending you hey stranger texts, and finding the silliest excuses to talk to you. And you think, wait, the same woman who was ignoring me now suddenly misses me. No, she doesn't miss you. She misses what you provided: your energy, your validation, your desire. This is what happens when a man realizes his true power, which is why you have to leave. However, before we dive into this harsh reality, I need you to take action. If you're prepared to hear the hard truth all the way through the video, leave a comment below. I'm the prize, so say it, type it, own it, and hit the subscribe button if you want more men who need to hear this kind of unvarnished, unapologetic truth to hear it. YouTube will distribute this content to people who are still stuck, and by working together, we can help them get out. Lesson 1: Shock and Denial in Cycle. Phase 1: Women are masters of deception. They don't need force or physical strength to keep men in emotional cages. All they need to do is keep you wanting them. This is the game they play. They give you just enough attention to keep you interested, just enough affection to make you feel special, and just enough validation to keep you hooked. But the second you try to fully claim her, she pulls away. Why? Because if you feel secure, at ease, or in control, she loses power, so she starves you of affection just enough to make you chase harder, takes longer to respond to texts, and cancels plans. At the last minute, she becomes busy when she used to be excited to see you. And what does the average man do? He tries harder, he doubles down, he texts more, calls more, and does more, and this is exactly what she wants, because the more you chase, the more power she has over you. But here's what happens when a man finally gets smart. When a man wakes up, when a man stops playing her game, he stops texting first, he stops calling, he stops chasing, he stops trying to prove his worth, he walks away. And the moment this happens, she feels it at first. She acts like she doesn't care. She'll pretend she hasn't noticed. She'll act like everything is normal. But inside, she's in complete panic mode. She's telling herself, no, this is impossible. He can't actually be leaving. He's just playing a game. He'll be back, because in her mind, men always come back. She's seen it before. She's lesson 2 tested this before. Most men break within a few days. They get desperate. They cave in. But this time something is different. You're not texting her. You're not checking up on her. You're not begging for her attention. And that's when the first crack forms in her reality. She starts testing the waters. She likes one of your pictures. She sends a random hey text. She watches your story and waits. And in this moment, she's doing the most dangerous thing possible for her ego. She is waiting for your response, checking her phone every few minutes in the hopes that you will reply. If you do, she wins, because she now knows you were only acting. But if not, if you remain silent, or if you actually walk away, her entire sense of control over you is destroyed. At this point, panic turns into self-doubt, and she begins to question herself, which is when phase 2 of self-doubt and reflection starts. To protect her ego, she initially tells herself a lie. He's just playing games, trying to make me jealous. He'll get bored and come back. But as the days pass and you still haven't contacted me, her mind begins to crack. She doesn't want to accept what's happening. She doesn't want to admit the truth, but she can't help it, because she's feeling something she's never felt before: rejection. Men deal with rejection all the time. Women are not made to handle it. Men are frequently ghosted. Lesson 3: Ignored, curbed. This is normal for men, but women, they're not used to this feeling, because for most of her life, she's had options. She's had men chasing her. She's had guys texting her, complimenting her, begging for her time. And now, for the first time, a man has truly walked away. And now she has to ask herself a terrifying question. Maybe I wasn't as special as I thought. This is when her self doubt kicks in. She starts spending more time in the mirror. She starts taking longer to do her makeup. She starts scrolling through your page, wondering if you've moved on, because she doesn't know what to do. A woman's entire identity is built on the idea that she's desirable, that she's less than for valuable, that she's wanted. And when a man she thought she controlled no longer desires her, it forces her to confront a truth she never wanted to face. She starts asking herself, am I losing my looks? Did he find someone better? Was I not good enough? And this drives her insane, because now she starts to feel something new, something she never thought she'd feel for you: jealousy. She starts wondering if you have another woman. She starts checking who's liking your pictures. She starts stalking your followers, looking at the comments under your posts, because suddenly she's the one chasing and it eats her alive. She won't show it. She'll still act like she's fine, but inside she's screaming. And this is why women always come back, because they're not built to handle the idea of a man who moves on and never looks back. And the deeper this pain cuts, the more desperate she becomes. Which brings us to the final phase, phase 3, rationalization and rebound. Her emotions are now totally out of control. She has experienced shock, denial, panic, and self-doubt. She has also spent nights staring at her phone, checking social media, wondering why you aren't returning. And she has now entered the most harmful stage of all reasoning. Here, her mind tricks her into avoiding the harsh reality that she lost control over a man who was supposed to be beneath her, a man who wasn't supposed to walk away, a man who was supposed to be crying, suffering, and pleading with her to take him back. But instead, you're doing the exact opposite. You don't care. You're not watching her stories. You're not texting her. You're not impacted. This is where she begins to rewrite history in order to avoid admitting to herself that she was the issue. She will begin to tell herself things like, I was never that into him anyway. He was too obsessed with me, and it was unattractive. He was weak. That's why he couldn't handle me. I'm worthy of better. She will pretend that she's better off without you. But here's what you need to realize. She will tell her friends that you were too clingy or that she wasn't feeling it anymore. She will also tell herself that she stopped things first, even if you were the one who left. She is attempting to persuade herself rather than the world, because she knows deep down that she fumbled with a man who had power, that she lost a man who refused to be controlled, and that this kills her inside. She finds another man, and this is where she makes her biggest mistake. She jumps into a rebound and grabs the first guy she can find, a beater male who will worship her, a guy she never really once wanted. But why does she do this? She uses him as an emotional bandage to cover the pain of losing you. She needs someone to fill the void in her ego. She needs someone to reassure her that she's still desirable. She needs to see a man chasing after her to feel valuable again, which is why you'll notice her posting happy pictures, going on vacations and acting like life is amazing. She wants you to see it. She wants you to think she's already moved on. She wants to trigger jealousy in you. But what she doesn't realize, the only person she's hurting is herself. At first, it seems like she's winning. She's got a new guy. She's posting more, smiling, more, acting like life is perfect. But here's the problem. She doesn't actually respect him, because deep down she knows the truth about weak men. She knows this new guy was too easy. He didn't make her work for it. He didn't have the self-respect to say no to her gains. He didn't walk away. He ran toward her the second she showed interest, and women never respect men. They can control. So what happens? She starts losing attraction. She starts realizing this new guy doesn't excite her. He doesn't challenge her. He doesn't hold any mystery. He doesn't make her feel like she has something to prove. And suddenly she's bored. And when women get bored, they cheat. She starts texting other guys. She starts going out more. She starts pulling away from him. And before he even realizes what happened, she's already gone. But guess who she starts thinking about? You. Because now she realizes her biggest mistake. She downgraded, gave up power for comfort, and exchanged a strong man for a weak one, a move she will come to regret forever. This is why women always come back. They don't come back because they love you. They don't come back because they miss you. They come back because they thought the grass was greener on the other side, and then they realized they were standing in a desert. They come back because you were a challenge, and they traded you for a doormat. They come back because they thought they could do better and then realize they lost the best thing they had. And when that realized Asian hits them, it's already too late because by the time she figures it out, you're already gone. And now you're the one who's unreachable. You're the one who moved on. You're the one who's truly free. And that is the ultimate power. Most men never learn this. They keep chasing. They keep texting. They keep begging for attention, and that's why they always lose. But the men who truly understand this game, the men who walk away and mean it, they become the only men women respect. Because here's the truth, women do not love men. They can control, they only respect the men who refuse to be controlled. And once you understand this, you will never chase a woman again. You will never beg for attention. You will never waste your time trying to prove your worth because you are the prize. If you've made it to the end of this video, comment below, I am unstoppable. And if you want this truth to reach more men who need to hear it, hit the subscribe button now. More males who are still caught in the cycle will see this content on YouTube. It is imperative that they hear it before it's too late. Be the man who takes charge of his own life, the man who walks away, and the man who never fears losing her, because once you become that man, you will never lose again.